Mono red decks have some changing to do after the Monastery Swiftspear ban. My Kiln Fiend deck is now illegal in Pauper due to this ban. So I'm coming to you, dear viewers. What can I swap for my 4 copies of Swiftspear? My first thought was to add Getu Amplifier. It seems to be pretty popular now in these kinds of decks, and it just makes sense. It gets a +2/+0 bonus whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, just like Festival Crasher. It also has that kicker ability if I add a splash of blue, maybe, but it's still good without the kicker ability. I like it, but it doesn't fit the single red mana slot that I prefer. That led me to think of Blade Scamp, which fills that single red mana slot. It is not, however, a combat buff creature, but it does get oil counters when you cast the instants and sorceries, and you use those oil counters to later deal damage to our opponent. Is that too far off the combat buff theme, and is it a little too slow, maybe? But is 1 mana that big of a deal for this deck? If that's the case, would Fire Urchin be as good as well? It doesn't get as big of a combat bonus, but neither did Swiftspear, minus the toughness buff. It does, however, have Trample natively. Is that good enough of an ability to put it in the deck? I mean, I already have Crash Through and Teamer Battle Rage, so maybe not. Flam Smith has an ability that's really interesting as well, dealing damage when we cast these spells. This goes for Gutter Snipe as well. Is this kind of a fun way to keep opponents down while also making Kiln Fiend large, or is that just another off-topic creature for the deck? Let me know what your thoughts are on this. What other decks are affected and what is getting swapped in for those? Is Kiln Fiend dead? Am I focusing on an old deck and need to move on? I don't know, let me know in the comments below. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers, and a warm welcome to Riley. Thanks for joining the team. If you'd like to buy any of the cards mentioned, click on that TCGplayer affiliate link in the description below. And thank you to all for watching, and make sure you join me next week for your weekly dose of magic.